So what's the best assault rifle in XDefiant? Is it the ACR or the AK-47? What if I told you it was neither? Don't believe me? Here's a quick preview of what you can expect. So why is the M16 so good? Well, let's get into the math. With this guide, we're going to be talking about everything from the perspective of the Cleaner faction. Yes, this setup will work with other factions, but it's very good if you are playing a Cleaner, so keep that in mind. So the M16 is a 3-round burst gun. Now, most of you probably know about the headshot multiplier, where you've hit all 3 shots to the head, it's going to instantly kill everybody except for phantoms. But what you probably don't know is that you can 2-burst to the body and have a time to kill that is just as fast as the AK-47 and ACR. The M16 has a deceptively fast rate of fire. If you get the timing down, it's not quite fully automatic, but it's close. And you can kill people with body shots just as fast as you can with the fully autos. And most people don't know this. So let's talk about kill windows. So a max damage body shot is 24 damage. A max damage headshot is 37 damage. So 1 kill window, 37 times 3, that's a 1 burst headshot. That is 111 damage. Everybody knows about that. Now you have 24 times 5. This is a 2 burst body shot. That'll do 120 damage. That's going to kill everybody, including phantoms. Very nice. Perfect round number right there. Super efficient. Everybody likes that. Then another one a lot of people don't know about is 17 times 6. 17, what? 17 damage is the maximum fall-off damage of the M16. That is the least amount of damage it will do, meaning that you can 2-burst body shot everybody except phantoms from a mile away. It doesn't matter. You will 2-burst body shot basically everybody. And this is crazy good because the time to kill on a 2-burst body shot of the M16 at 300 meters is actually faster than the M60. It is faster than any of the LMGs, which is crazy that an assault rifle has a faster time to kill than all of the LMGs at distance. Now, obviously, the LMGs it's easier to hit those shots because they're full autos, but still, that just goes to show you how much just raw DPS the M16 can do when it is the best at range minus the snipers. That's kind of crazy. Now, sure, all of that sounds great, but the real deal math is 24 times 4. They might be saying, that equals 96. That's right, but you're playing a Cleaner, and you get an extra 8 damage at the end of your shots, meaning that that's 104 damage. This means that in the vast majority of situations, you only need to hit 4 out of your 6 shots to get a 2-burst kill, which is crazy. You only need to hit 67% of your shots to get a extremely good time to kill. Now, there's a big caveat here, and that is that your ideal time to kill will not be improved by playing the Cleaner. If you're hitting 100% of your shots, it doesn't matter which faction you play, because the Cleaner burn damage takes a slight bit of time to add up to a meaningful amount for the kill window. So if you 2-burst somebody and you hit 100% of your shots, that 5th shot that does the killing blow will come in before the burn damage does. But if you hit 4 out of your 6 shots, that 7th shot, the burn damage will hit before the 7th shot does, if that makes sense. So playing a Cleaner is not going to make you kill faster, but it will make you kill more consistently. And XDefiant is a very scrappy game. This is not a game with, super clean, sanitized, 100% HP, perfect TTK, kill windows. Things get messy. You got shields, you got people with crazy movement. You're gonna miss shots. And playing a Cleaner with the M16 is gonna give you a lot more consistency when it comes to that burst, because the kill windows, you'll see when you start playing it, but you'll get a lot of kills with burn damage. The value of the burn damage and only having to hit 4 out of your 6 shots is one of those things that doesn't really translate well when you're in the practice range, because in the practice range, you're always hitting that 5th shot. That 5th shot always comes through, and you might be saying, like, what's the like? Why play an entire faction just for this one little thing? You're not gonna notice the value of it until you actually start playing. When you actually start playing and start getting into real gameplay situations, you're gonna notice that that burn damage makes a big difference, and you start getting a lot of kills where that burn damage just happens. Somebody goes around a corner, you know, maybe somebody gets the jump on you, and you're able to get a trade with burn damage where you would have just died and that other person would have lived. It happens a lot, and until you actually give it a shot, you're not gonna really notice it. From a pure damage perspective, a cleaner with an M16 does a tremendous amount of damage. You are just fire hosing damage all around the map with an M16 with burn damage. It's actually crazy. The M16 does a 3-round burst in 135 milliseconds. With the burn damage, that is 80 damage in 135 milliseconds. This means you're going to be getting tons of kills, just flat out kills, because not everybody's running around with 100% HP all the time. XDefiant gets pretty scrappy. That's 80 damage. And one of your teammates can do 20 damage somewhere, so you're going to be getting tons of just random kills because not everybody's going to be at 100% HP. You're going to be getting tons of kill assists because 80 damage is going to be a kill assist. And let's keep in mind that the M16 has a 1 burst headshot potential, meaning that if you just shoot that guy that, you know, is just barely coming across your screen, you're probably not going to kill him. There's a good chance you're just going to 1 burst him to the head. So there's so many instances where you're playing an M16 cleaner and you shoot a guy and you just fucking 1 burst him, even if it's to the body because he doesn't have 100% HP. You hit him in the head. One of your teammates cleans him up. It just does so much damage. It's so good. Now let's get into my primary gun setup. Keep in mind you are playing a cleaner, and playing a cleaner means that you have a 10% range penalty for that extra burn damage. So you're going to need to compensate for that with the attachments, and you should. In my opinion, for the M16, you really need to bump that range up because there's a big difference between a 2 burst and a 3 burst kill when it comes to the time to kill, because you have the delay between bursts. It's not like a full auto gun where the time to kill just barely increases. It's pretty significant. So you want to really remain in that ideal range. With that being said, I feel like the chrome lined barrel for this setup is mandatory. You can go with the muzzle extender if you just want to get back to range baseline, but in my opinion with the M16, you want to have the supremacy at range. It just feels good to be trading with another guy that has an assault rifle, and you just outgun him. I think that is absolutely worth having a slightly slower mobility, because you're going to pick up that mobility with other attachments, and you're using an M16, so you're going to want a play style that's not crazy, you know, rushing around. Like the nature of a burst weapon, you're going to want to sort of pick and choose your engagements just slightly more carefully, and I think that having that range supremacy is absolutely worth it. So chrome line barrel, in my opinion, 100% mandatory. Another thing that I think is basically mandatory is the optic. Now, I know some of you guys are probably like me and you feel like running an optic is just a waste. You just think like, oh, I'll just get used to the iron sight and then my gun will statistically be better. But here's the thing. Vision is power. Being able to see shit is extremely valuable. And with a precision weapon like the M16, I think the clarity and precision of the red dot sight and just being able to acquire targets faster and just play better is going to be a much bigger benefit to you than slightly faster ADS or slightly faster whatever. I genuinely think the red dot, even for sights that are good, even for other guns as well, it's just absolutely worth it. Once you put on the chrome line barrel and the optic, everything else, in my opinion, you can play around with. You can run no stock, you can run crazy fast ADS strafe speed. There's a ton of different things you can do with it. I do think I've settled on a favorite, though, and that would be the super light front barrel, leather wrapped grip, and extended mag. Extended mag, honestly, just at range, being able to just hose people with bullets at range, and you're not always going to get that 2 burst kill at range. Let's be honest. You have to hit 100% of your shots to do it, but you will absolutely get some 3 burst and 4 burst kills at range. That happens all the time. And with the extended mag, you're going to get multi kills at range like it's nothing. So I like that setup. And with this particular setup, you're going to have perfect sprint out and ADS speed. So for you guys like me that play with auto sprint on, as soon as you come out of a sprint, you can ADS and shoot. There is no waste in the math. You're not wasting any stats here. And you have that leather wrapped grip, so you'll have slightly better ADS move speed. Maybe you'll dodge some bullets in gunfights. So this is my favorite setup, but you absolutely have other options. The only thing that's really mandatory is that chrome lined barrel, and I think you're kind of silly if you don't use an optic just because it's so good in this game. Now, obviously, this gun's going to handle a bit slower than some of you SMG fiends like. Yeah, you don't have the super fast sprint out and the super fast ADS, but keep in mind this is a precision weapon, and naturally with a precision burst gun, you're going to be sort of on the outskirts, taking fights that aren't quite as reactive. You do still have decently fast ADS and sprint out though, so it's not like if somebody surprises you, you lose 100% of those fights, but you are going to want to play in a way to where you're not just getting surprised and running up on the B flag head first, just ADS, waiting for somebody to come around a corner. You're going to want to play with the M16 differently than you'd play with the Vector, obviously. Your secondary weapon really doesn't matter that much, especially if you're running extended mag. If you're running extended mag and you dump a whole mag and then have to pull out your secondary, that's one hell of a gunfight there. But I personally go with the 686 Magnum because it's got some fun little synergies with playing a cleaner. You can get one-hit headshots up close with the cleaner burn. You can get pretty consistent 2-hit body shot kills with the cleaner burn. Again, it doesn't really matter. So if you have a favorite, go with that. If you like running the 93R or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. Naturally, in XDefiant, if you're pulling out your secondary weapon after you mag dump your primary, I mean, that's a scrappy fight. So the math really doesn't matter that much. You're talking about a super unsanitary mathematical environment in terms of kill windows. So if you really have something you like, go for it. But the 686 Magnum does have some fun cleaner math, so consider that. And for the device, honestly, play whatever you want to or whatever the game mode dictates. Doesn't really matter. Now onto the gameplay section of the video. Some things to look out for are the angles I take in gunfights and how long I leave myself exposed for. So, gonna get a cheeky angle right there, catch the one guy off guard, win the gunfight against the second guy. Third guy doesn't even see me, take him out, but then I notice I'm starting to get pushed, so I'm gonna throw out my drone and run. I do not want to get pushed with the M16. Luckily, that guy runs right into it. I get the kill, get another cheeky angle on this guy. This is a bad fight. I should not have taken this gunfight, but he's bad at the game, and I get away with it. But anyway, back to cheeky angles. I've got a flank on the B flag. Shoot that guy in the back. Don't get him. Get the other guy, though. Now, pushing the spawn. This is sort of a weird place to get shot from if you're on the enemy team. So these guys do not expect it, and that last guy probably should have killed me, but I get away with it. Next up, we got Noodleplex. This is a fantastic M16 map. It's also a very popular map, so this is a great little tip for you on how to play with the M16. This area of the map is fantastic for the M16 because you have a lot of wide open space, and it just turns into a shooting gallery. Also, it's very flat, so you can line up headshots quite easily, and you can get a lot of cheeky kills. People think they're safe on the stairs, and they are not. Some things to pay attention to. Look at that kill feed right there. I get a damage with the burning bullets in the kill feed. I get a lot of kills with the fire damage. It doesn't look like it. It looks like I'm just shooting them, but there are many instances where I get 2 burst kills that should have been 3 burst kills, where I hit that 4 out of 6 shots. It happens incredibly frequently. Right there, that was a free 2 burst that should have been a 3 burst. So that happens incredibly frequently. But notice how I'm sort of peeking in, getting some shots in, tucking around the corner. Getting some shots in, tucking around the corner. I'm not just sitting there. I'm not holding down that head glitch, because if you do that, eventually you're just going to get shot. A grenade's going to come. Somebody's going to use like a drone. Or there's a million different ways they can displace you. Or flashbangs are super powerful. But look at those cheeky kills, man. The M16 is the king of cheeky kills. These clips right here show off why you want to put range attachments on your gun, because you just have such an advantage at significant ranges, because the enemies are shooting marshmallows at you and you're able to 1 and 2 burst them. And when it comes to my drone usage, I sort of just throw it out to deny an access point to killing me. I use it defensively. It's very difficult to use any of the cleaner abilities offensively, so I primarily use them to not be pushed, and I get naded right there. But run right back to the spot, baby. We're letting them have it all game. Look at that triple spray. Burning bullet kill. Again in the kill feed. Happens all the time. Another burning bullet kill. Just spraying them down with the extended mag. Throw the drone out when things start getting a little hot. Gonna play the other angle now while the fire is burning on the ground over there. So that's sort of covering my back. Could have also probably thrown out a landmine over there just to have another alert device, another alarm bell essentially. But really just sort of playing this spot, getting some shots in, duck around the corner, get some shots in, duck around the corner, trying to not let them know exactly where I'm coming. Oh, that guy got owned. But the M16 in this spot right here, flat ground, easy shooting. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys found this video useful. Hopefully these clips showed off the power of the M16 in the right situations. Love this gun. Having a blast. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and join the Discord. It's free.